So ladies, this is my 9-step framework for high-value dating. Let's be perfectly honest. The entire process of modern dating for a lot of you has become a soul-crushing, exhausting second job that you hate. You're tired. You're meeting men who are all charm, all text, but have zero follow-through. You're stuck in situationships for months wondering, what are we? You're tired of being love-bombed and then ghosted. You're starting to ask that one question: where are all the good men? As a coach, I get asked this all the time, and my answer is always the same. High quality, commitment-minded men are everywhere, but the process of modern dating is a confusing, chaotic landscape, and no one's ever given you a map. You're frustrated because you're trying to navigate this landscape without the right tools. It's not a game. I hate that framework. This is your life. It's your heart. It's emotional. And it's hard. My goal today is to give you that map. This isn't about manipulation. This isn't about tricks. This is a 9-step framework built on psychology, clarity, and efficiency. This is the skill set you need to stop wasting your time, protect your peace, and finally start finding the right kind of partner. So the first step is the audit, your non-negotiable blueprint. We'll start here. Before you open a single app, before you go on one more date, we stop. We get a blueprint. You cannot find what you're looking for if you don't know what it is. I want you to get a pen and paper. I'm serious, do this. You're making 2 lists. This is the audit. List 1, your non-negotiables. These are the pass-fail pillars. They are based on values and character. This is he emotionally available? Is he consistent? Is he respectful? Does he want a long-term partnership? Is he financially responsible? List 2, your nice-to-haves. This is where, is he over 6 foot? Is he a doctor? Does he love to travel? Is he handsome? Goes. These are bonuses, not the foundation. Now, here's the psychological trap most women fall into: cognitive dissonance. This is the mental stress you feel when your actions, like dating a guy who's hot but emotionally unavailable, clash with your core beliefs, like wanting an emotionally available partner. It's that feeling in your stomach. You're at a brunch with friends and you find yourself defending him. You're saying, no, he's just really busy, when you know he's just inconsistent. That stress is the cognitive dissonance. You're negotiating with yourself and you're creating your own anxiety. The nice-to-haves are where infatuation lives. That's the dopamine hit. But it's like eating candy for dinner. It's not sustainable. You're here to build a life, not a weekend. And your audit stops this. It's your new filter. From now on, a man must pass your non-negotiables list before you even look at the nice-to-have list. This isn't picky, it's clarity. Then 2, the wholeness mindset, the why. So, okay, you have your list, but that list is useless if you're too afraid to use it. That fear comes from a scarcity mindset. It's the voice that says, but what if no one better comes along? This is why I'm not going to tell you that you are the prize. That's cliche. It puts you on a pedestal, and a healthy man doesn't want a prize to put on a shelf. He wants a partner to walk beside. The new mindset is the wholeness mindset. It's not about dating to find your other half. It's about dating as 2 people coming together to build something new. You have a full, happy life on your own. You have your friends, your career, your hobbies. Your peace is intact. Psychologically, this is about shifting your locus of control. An external locus means you believe your happiness is controlled by outside factors like finding a man. An internal locus means you're the source of your own happiness and validation. A woman with internal locus of control is magnetic. She doesn't need his text to have a good day. She doesn't need his validation to feel beautiful. She's getting that from herself. This is the opposite of needy. It's being self-sourced. The prize mindset says you must win me. The wholeness mindset says I'm already whole. I'm here to see your wholeness complements mine. Can we be better together? A man is an addition to your already great life, not the solution to an empty one. So step 3, Slow it down, match his energy. This is the how-to for pacing. The start of dating is flooded with a chemical cocktail, mostly dopamine. Dopamine is the wanting hormone. It's the ding of the text, the anticipation of the next date. It's addictive and it feels like a connection, but it's not, it's infatuation. Real, lasting connection is built on oxytocin and vasopressin, the attachment hormones. You get these from shared experiences, vulnerability and consistency. You get it from sitting across from someone and hearing their story. You cannot build an oxytocin-based connection in 3 days of the dopamine-fueled texting. You have to slow it down to let the real connection catch up. And the most practical way to do this, match and mirror his energy within reason. Dating is like a tennis match. You hit the ball, then you wait for him to hit it back. You don't run over to the other side of the court, grab his racket and hit it back for him. If he texts you, hey, you text back, hey, what's up? If you text, hey, and he replies with 5 paragraphs about his day, he's over-investing. And if you do that to him, you're over-investing. If you're doing it to each other, you're matching and mirroring. If it takes 3 hours to text you, you don't text him back in 3 seconds. You have a life. Get back to him when you're free. This isn't manipulation. This is preventing overinvestment. It stops you from falling into the sunk cost fallacy, where you've put in so much effort and time and emotion that you feel like you can't walk away, even when he's clearly low interest. Step 4, the Charmer Detector. Spotting low commitment. As a man, I can tell you, men who are only looking for a good time use a predictable approach. Your job is to recognize the signs. The number one tactic is intermittent reinforcement. This is addiction psychology. It's what gets people hooked on slot machines. You pull the lever, nothing. You pull the lever, nothing. You pull, jackpot. He love bombs you. You feel amazing. So you pull, nothing. Pull, nothing. And he's gone cold. You're left confused, trying to get that jackpot feeling back. You keep putting coins in your time, your energy, your text, hoping to win his affection. This hot-cold behavior is designed to keep you on edge. A secure, interested man is not a slot machine, he's a vending machine. You put in your coin, effort, you get the snack, his effort in return. It's boringly consistent. Look for love bombing. I've never met anyone like you, followed by the sudden pullback. Look for future faking. He talks about the trip you'll take in 6 months, but he can't commit to a date this Saturday. Look for vagueness. He's busy on a Saturday, but never says what with. He was not a big texter, but was blowing up your phone for the first 5 days. That's not a personality trait, that's a tactic. And then step 5 is breaking the pattern. The awkward guy versus the charmer. I hear this all the time. I just keep meeting the same guys. Well, let me ask you, how are you meeting them? Are you constantly falling for the same type? That super confident, smooth talking guy who approached you. He has low approach anxiety because he's been desensitized to rejection. He's just running his approach. He knows that if he gets 10 no's, eventually he'll get a yes. To him, you're not unique, you're just the next. Now think about the guy in the corner. He's smart, he's successful, he's kind. He's looked over at you 3 times but hasn't approached. And why? Because he has high approach anxiety. He's not desensitized. He's afraid of rejection from you, specifically because he's genuinely interested and has more to lose. So what do? You keep rewarding the charmer's behavior. That exciting, tingling feeling you get from the charmer. That's not a spark, that's familiarity, that's your pattern. It's a symptom and not a sign. The awkward guy makes you feel calm, maybe a little bored. That's what you're not used to. The calm is what you should lean into. That's where security lives. I'm telling you, give the awkward guy a chance. If he approaches you and he's a little nervous, he's fumbling his words, and you feel a spark of interest, reward him quickly, smile and say, I'm with my friends right now, or I'm running a bit late, but here's my number, text me, let's grab a coffee next week. You've just bypassed his anxiety and given him a clear path. The man who then shows up for that coffee date will be a completely different, confident man. 6 is the second date default. Why the spark is a lie. This brings me to a concept I call the second date default. This is one of the most practical changes you can make. You've been conditioned by swipe culture to look for an instant 10 out of 10 spark. We go on a first date, and if we don't feel fireworks, we think no chemistry, and we swipe on. Here's the truth. The spark is often a lie. That intense, immediate spark is often just a cocktail of dopamine and anxiety. It's the charmer we just talked about. It's your pattern recognizing its pattern. A real, secure connection often feels different. It's a slow burn. It feels more like calm and interest than fireworks. So here's the second date default strategy. The first date is a data collection mission. That's it. You're only checking for two things. Do I feel safe? Is he a decent human? Did he ask me questions? Was he rude to the waiter? That's it. Chemistry is not on the list. Spark is not on the list. If you go on a first date and the guy is a hell no, meaning he was rude, you felt unsafe, or he lied, you're done. Trust that. But if he's a maybe, on a scale of your interest, he's not right at the top, but he's not right at the bottom either. He's middle ground maybe. He was nice, but you didn't feel the spark. You default to the second date. Why? Because first dates are job interviews. Everyone's nervous. You're meeting a representative. The second date is your new policy. You're prioritizing curiosity over chemistry. You're giving a good, secure man a second chance to show you who he really is. You're giving the slow burn a chance to catch. 7 is then trusting patterns, not potential. The evidence. This is the trap of the smart, empathetic woman. You meet a man and you see his potential. You see the wounded boy inside and think, if I just love him enough, he'll change. This is your confirmation bias at work. You've created a fantasy of who this man could be, and now your brain is only looking for evidence to confirm that fantasy while actively ignoring all the evidence to the contrary. Let's say you've decided he's a good guy who's just busy. You will now only see evidence of that. He texts you once, see, he's interested. He ignores you for 3 days, oh, he's just busy, like I thought. You are literally building his excuses for him. You're doing all the work. Let me be your coach. You cannot build a relationship on potential. You're not a rehab center. You're not his therapist. You're looking for a partner. A partner is someone who shows up today. Your new mantra is, I trust patterns and not potential. A pattern is 3 or more data points. One time he cancels last minute, life happens. Twice, a coincidence. 3 times, that's a pattern. That is a conscious or unconscious choice. This is his character. Stop listening to his words and just watch the pattern. The pattern is the only truth. Step 8, communication is key. The two-way street. Okay, so what do you do when a good man's behavior is a little off? You don't just dump him, you communicate. A lot of women are terrified of this because they don't want to be the cool girl who is low maintenance but also deeply unfulfilled. You need to be the authentic woman. A high quality man wants you to be that. He's not a mind reader. He wants to know how to win with you. We use a version of non-violent communication, NVC. It's a simple script. Don't say, accusation, you never plan any real dates. Do say, invitation, I feel really connected to you when we go out on a planned date. I'd love if you could plan the next one. No man on earth can argue with I feel. You're not attacking him, you're giving him a clear roadmap to success. But here's the part everyone misses. Communication is a two-way street. Just as you have bids for connection, so does he. A good secure man is also putting in effort, and he needs to know it's landing. You have to show him you choose him back. When he does plan that date, when he is consistent, when he drives 30 minutes to see you, you need to reward that behavior. Positive reinforcement. It's as simple as, thank you so much for planning this. I had an amazing night. Or, I really appreciate how consistent you are. It really makes me feel secure. You're showing him your effort is working. I see it, I choose you back. This is what makes a secure man stay. 9, boundaries as a filter. The action. This is where it all comes together. Communication is the verbal warning. I don't like when you only text me late at night. A boundary is the action you take, not answering the 10 p.m. text. A boundary is not an ultimatum. An ultimatum is, if you do that again, I'm leaving. A boundary is, I don't spend my time with people who speak to me that way. An ultimatum is about controlling him. A boundary is about controlling you and your access. Psychologically, this operant conditioning, what you permit, you promote. If you reward low effort behavior, like answering that 10 p.m. text, you teach him that low effort is all it takes to get access to you. Your boundary is the consequence. The scenario, he cancelled last minute again. The old you is, oh, it's okay, no worries, we'll do it another time. You just taught him it's acceptable. The new you, oh, that's a shame, I was really looking forward to it. We'll have to try again when your schedule clears up. And then you put your phone down and you go and have a fantastic night without him. You're teaching him that your time is valuable. A high quality man will hit this boundary once, apologise and change his behaviour. A man who doesn't respect you will hit it, get frustrated, call you high maintenance and disappear. Good, let him. Your boundary did its job, it filtered him out for you. Conclusion. So that's the framework. It's 9 steps and it's not a game, it's a strategy for clarity. The audit, you know what you want. The wholeness mindset, you know your why. Slow it down and match energy, you know how to pace. The Charmer Detector, to spot who to avoid. Break your pattern, you give the right guy a chance. The second day default, you prioritise curiosity over chemistry. Trust patterns, you believe the evidence. Communicate 2 ways, you state your needs and reward his effort. And then boundaries, you enforce your standard. This is how you shift from being a passive, frustrated participant in your dating life to an active, empowered CEO of it. This is how you stop wasting energy. Your homework starts at step 1. Tonight, do the audit. You are worthy of a great partner. Now you have the framework to go out and find one.